All right, we're going to start with Black-White Clerics because I assume we're in Bronze, and I want to play something kind of aggressive. This is loosely based on a deck idea we had last season that felt okay, so it's got 12 one-drop units with lifelink here that can curve into Aspirant to start gaining life, or Clerics to start gaining life and ramping up. And a new card we got from Kaldheim is we already wanted to gain lots of life with Speaker of the Heavens here. If you have 7 or more life, you get to make angels with this. Righteous Valkyrie is another card that helps us gain life as well as acting as a payoff for having 7 or more life. So if we can flood the board early and gain some life, this gives us a lot of good closing power. One of the things that seems nice about this archetype is that with cards like Hierophant here to bring Clerics back, ways to draw cards with Hope's Demise, and ways to recast things with things like Lurrus, we have some grinding power as the game goes along. Veto Thorn of the Dusk Rose gives us some good closing power, killing our opponent extra while we gain some life. This also pairs very sweetly with Valkyrie. It basically turns all of your angels and clerics into drains when they come into play, as opposed to just life gain. We play a couple of Skyclave Cleric, Agedom's Awakening, and Hagramulling here as fantastic cards to be split land spells. So we've got 20 actual lands, and then we've got 7 land spell split cards. So our deck curves out at 4, so with 27 lands, we should hopefully hit our land drops pretty consistently. In addition to Lurrus and Skyclave and Agedom, we have lots of ways to bring Archfiend's Vessel back into play after it dies, turning it into 5/5s. Agedom's Awakening in particular seems very, very strong in this deck because we've got a good 1, 2, 3, 4 curve here, so you can play this for, 5, 6, or 7 mana and bring back a whole host of units. So let's jump into some games and see if we can dodge some mana screw, huh? Do we feel like Vikings yet? Asking the real questions. Played my first game Arena the other day after being on Runeterra for 6 months. Decided to play 28 lands. Yeah, I mean, most of the decks I'm playing today effectively have 28 lands in them. I mean, before I went on my break, I talked about how I think the land spell split cards are probably one of the greatest game design things to ever happen to Magic, and I stand by that. They're a great variance mitigator. Hebrew Hammer, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. We are in fact iron. So I would assume, or bronze, whatever this is called. I would assume the long queue time is because we're so low in the rankings, it had to give us time to queue us up to... What is this? Is this silver or is this platinum? They're ranking here. Does anybody know? That's platinum. Okay, so that's why it took so long to queue us, because it was trying to find someone closer to our rank. This is fine. I'd rather play people that are higher ranked, because hopefully they're going to be playing reasonable decks. Hey, Axiom, thanks for the 29 months. Welcome back. Opponent's going first. This many 3s kind of sucks. No second 1 or 2. I'm gonna keep this. We got 2 draws to find a 2-drop or another 1-drop. My understanding is Arena only has deck strength matchmaking in the unranked queue. Hey, Brian C, thanks for the sub. I appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. All right, swing and a miss on hoping for a 1 or 2 drop here. Ooh, I can rearrange. I will say that one thing I miss greatly in Runeterra, the ability to shuffle the order of cards in my hand is definitely every day we shuffle in. Christy and I played Dice Throne with the kids last night. And I forgot how much I missed the tactile feel of cards. Paper cards just hit different. Yeah, most digital card games don't give you the ability to reorder cards in your hand, Clipsy. Dice Throne, as in like a chair. So, missed on a 2-drop or another 1-drop here, unfortunately. Hey, Vordel, thank you for the sub gifts. It's very generous of you. I appreciate it. I don't actually know about, I don't think I can check how streaks happen or not. Turn forward, we haven't drawn a spell. Feels like home. Can we rage cut a land yet? Yeah, exactly. Despite all his rage, he's still just a rat in a cage. Gaffer, thanks for the 10 months. Yes, Graf, thanks for the brand new Prime support. There's a lot of people you can ship those Bezo bucks to every month here on Twitch. Thanks for sending them my way. All right, we're gonna go to game 2. All right, a lot of Doom Blades on the other side of the board. Hagra's Maulings, probably not particularly useful. Probably want some Fight as ones. I don't know if this is a Duress matchup. They don't seem like they have counterspells so much as just a bunch of Doom Blades, so I think Duress is probably worse than just having another threat on average. Veto's a pretty weak card from an individual power level, so I'm going to trim that. Maybe for the terms of curve purposes, we'll bring in 1 Duress over the Veto, because Veto's just not very good. So I don't think Duress is fantastic, but I think it's probably better than Veto in this matchup to hedge it out. I don't think we want any of these pieces of interaction. Maybe you could make an argument for Skyclave Apparition, because they'd have things like Mastermind's Tome. That seems fine. I don't have a 1-drop, but like the Temple is kind of a 1-drop. We're just keeping spells, huh? This is a 2/2. Whenever another cleric enters the battlefield, we gain a life. The first time we gain a life each turn, this gets a counter. Oh, we do have actual emotes now on this, right? Forgot about that. Hey, Vengeance, thanks for the 25 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Person, thanks for the brand new prem. Welcome to the channel. I swear to you, I had this deck built before I saw Day 9 dumping on Valkyrie. The fact that this card doesn't trigger on itself might mean that it's not worth playing. I can see this being worse than the other 3-drops that we have. You have cast Storm on script. You got it. I kind of wanted some Fight as one in my main deck, so I could see playing these main over the Hope's Demise here. Hey, Jojo, thank you for the entire year of support. I really appreciate the prime. Welcome back. Get your sword to go with that shield. Someone asking, this is the arena music. So this is not, I do not generally speaking play music in the background of my streams. So, when this happens, I think we just fight as one here. Because, this is gonna take the fight as one out of my hand next turn otherwise, right? So might as well save my threat. And then I think I just play Hope's Demise at this point, hoping to insulate against the sweeper a little bit. And I think with them playing Elspeth's Nightmare, I actually want to pump this up to a 3/3, so that way they can't kill this with another copy of this. You want me to pull explicitly the music slider down? Nah, I like the music. Extinction Event would be very bad for us. I don't have any player agency to play around that card though, so not gonna mention it. Yep. So even though I play a bunch of clerics this turn, we're not going to gain much life. This exiles my graveyard here in a second. I guess we're just powering this up. My Lurrus isn't particularly likely to generate value this game. I think I'm going to go ahead and play the Archfiend's Vessel here, because the Vessel, knowing that I have Lurrus, will force the Tormod's Crypt if they sweep. And then maybe this Lurrus with this Vessel can do something. Lurrus does have lifelink, you're not wrong. Yeah, just spreading out counters from Luminarch Aspirant here is good against Heartless Act, for sure. One of the premium pieces of removal. Yep. Alright, so... need to draw an untapped land here to force the Tormod's Crypt. That's not even strictly have to draw the land, right? They might just do it right away. We really want to draw lands, that way we can Archfiend's Vessel and Lurrus. This is Menace? It's not. I think Call of the Death Dweller is bad in this deck because, as you can see here, people are already going to bring in some graveyard hate against us with, like, our copies of Lurrus and our 4-drop. So I think putting more cards into my deck that rely on my graveyard are not good. Like I said, I think if I don't want the 3-mana 2/2 flyer, which is very possible, I think I'd rather have Fight as 1 in the main deck. And Fight as 1 is super reasonable. My deck's got a pretty good mix of humans and non-humans. No coming back from that. I'm gonna make that swap. I like it. It pulls our curve down a little bit more. I could just play a 4th copy of Lurrus too. Maybe I just play like a cheeky one of Fight as 1 and play a 4th copy of Lurrus. I don't hate this card. We've got a bunch of good cheap ones. I think this is better than Call the Death Dwellers on average. Like Call technically gets back these, I guess, but like this is a threat on its own and it just gains its life. We can play it proactively. There's a good chance this deck's just not good. We're gonna play a few matches with it. We'll see if it doesn't feel good. We'll move on. I've got 6 things loaded up in the deck editor. Cycle through some stuff. I imagine our queue times are going to be a little bit on the long side today, since we're in bronze. Morning, Hoser. That wasn't too bad. Just a minute. Yeah, I agree, Lurrus. And hey, this hand is not amazing, but fine. It's got 3 lands in it, technically, even if we can't play a 1-drop on 1. I'm gonna bottom this. I think I would like to try and find some untapped lands here, ideally. I guess if I would have kept that... No, that's not true. I think we're going to bolt myself and play Life Spawns here. Looks like opponent is playing... I was gonna say Groll. They could be Groll, I suppose. Could be green-black as well, though. Probably Groll. Oh, Teamer. Sure. Yeah, that's a Teamer land. think we just pumped this up. Probably Teamer Adventures, right? Also, another thing to remember is that because our rank is super low, you can probably expect a little bit more bruise on average. So, this into this, into this. Then am I okay trading Cleric of Life's Bond for Lovestruck Beast plus his token? Probably not, honestly. Nah, I think that's a bad trade for us. This thing's gonna be Xbox huge in a second. Yeah, this is gonna pop off here, right? This is turn 5 Righteous Valkyrie online. I believe our opponent has died. Not quite. Not quite. Almost. No, it gives all of your things +2/+. This card would not be playable if, this card would not be playable if it only gave itself, only made itself bigger. Activate speaker for damage. This is sorcery speed only, right? Yeah, only sorcery. That was our linear draw, chat. That was a example of, okay, what's this deck trying to do? That one is trying to do. Thanks, Moldy Locks. Thanks for keeping me around. I feel like this is probably a Skyclave matchup. Righteous Valkyrie is probably worse on the draw, right? Because this is a card that they'll be able to attack us more likely when we're on the draw. No, don't time people out. Leave them alone. Chat's in sub-only mode. Give the chats room. I spent $100 on new booster packs. Tire Tax is probably not terrible either. We're on the draw. We'll just be a little bit more interactive on the draw. I think I like that. Yeah, that seems good, right? Hey, Virgilukant and Nicholson, thanks for the resubs. I appreciate that. Welcome back. All right, so I think with Cleric of Life's Bond, I want to lead on Life's Bounty, because this isn't a Cleric, so playing this after this can trigger it, because this only triggers on Clerics entering. What a guess! Thank you for the 26 months, welcome back. Nothing rotated. They have banned a number of cards, so like Uro and Omnath are banned, if you weren't playing when those things got changed. Feels like Bone Crusher or Borrower, right? Air Teamer. I'm gonna elect to not play this out so I can hold up Life's Bounty here to stop their adventure creatures from doing anything. I'd really like an untapped land this turn. They didn't get second red. It doesn't mean they... Oh, they can't have Storm's Wrath, actually. No, they can't have Storm's Wrath because it would be even. I was thinking about Storm's Wrath, but they actually can't have it. I was gonna say, I don't think it would play around Storm's Wrath because they didn't get second red, but Obosh actually means they just can't have that card. He's dead, you got him. Actually, aren't any Clerics in my bin yet, so I don't think I played this. Morning Punch worthy. Ever played chess? No, not really. I'm not really interested in speculating on things that aren't related to gameplay, Anagram. So, I mean, coming back to Magic, I'm not going to focus on things like balance or finance or consumer decisions that Wizard makes. I'm just going to talk about the actual game. All the rest of that tends to make feels bad, so I'm gonna shy away from it. Yep. Can we kill them with Pro Red? I think we're short, right? No, I don't ever expect to work with Wizards of the Coast. So we can make this 8. We're 1 short, right? If I play this, this goes up to 7. This puts it to 8, and then these 2 can block these 2. It's unfortunate. Yep, can't beat Ugin. No player agency against that, so not going to worry about it. Don't worry about cards you can't beat. Just cross your fingers and hope they don't have them. Jethrin, thanks for the 16 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I don't think it's worth throwing away a 1/1. It doesn't get us towards lethal, so I could rather keep my threats in play. Nye Reed, thank you for the 12 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Wasn't alpha lethal because they were tapped out. They literally could block my 8/8 chat. Well, they can't have Ugander and Obosh. Yeah, that's a good call. Probably done at this point. I guess I could draw H-Dubs, but even that, I'm only on 5 mana, right? Huh? Okay, we're on the play. I want the Valkyries on the play, and I think I want my Dire Tactics to be able to kill their dragon when they have it. This is a cheap way to kill Innkeeper, too. I'm supposed to keep the Skyclaves. I see that going either way. I think having more cards that make my board bigger on the play seems good, though. We lead on Speaker, and then we'll curve into Aspirant. It'll be a little bit sad if we get Bone Crushered, but it is what it is. I guess I could Life's Bounty on 2 here as well and take it a little bit slow, holding up protection as we go. The question is, like, do we have enough pressure to kill them doing that? I think the answer is probably no. And with this land draw, Agedoms could just be a spell for us this game. I'm gonna play Luminarch and hope that they don't have the Bone Crusher here, I think. Oh, really? We're killing that one and not this one? That seems good for me. So, if I attack with this, and then play this, I can start making 4/4s, right? Right? 7 or more? And then, I think we actually just play this tapped. Because then we can play Dream Den and recast a 1-drop next turn. The Real Richard, thank you for the 2 entire years of support. It's a long time. Welcome back. Oh, I could have gained a bunch of life. This is Angel 2. I'm dumb. The reason why I didn't gain a bunch of life there is because I'm stupid. I don't know what my cards do. Oh no, not Brazen Borrower. How will I ever replace that angel now? My friend. Look at our ladder points. There's so many of them, chat. What's going on, Dusk? Thanks for the 20 months. I feel like I want to try and maximize those draws. Like draws like that one that we just had. Skyclave Cleric actually seems okay. I'm gonna cut this mauling, just get a little bit more linear. Is Veto actually good? What if we pull the curve? What if we cut Veto and pull the curve down a little bit more? This was cute in one of the games that we played, but I think we were gonna win that game anyways. I have two different kinds of Temple of Silence here. Let's fix that. Don't sort them by new. I just want all of the clerics sorted by cost. Do you want Call? I think Call is too much graveyard stuff. I think I'd rather have Hierophant and Lurrus as graveyard stuff. Am I allowed to play Soulmender? Yeah, I'm gonna play a 13th one drop. I'm gonna play a Soulmender. Yeah, I have Agedoms as graveyard stuff too. Yeah, we have plenty of graveyard stuff. Oh wait, is that card not legal? Oh, it's not legal. Why is it showing me cards that aren't legal? I'm in standard. Why is it showing me cards that aren't standard legal when I type cleric? Why is this card in my filters if I can't play it? Oh, wait. Do best of one standard and traditional standard have different cards legal? Wow, that's dumb. Okay. That's certainly a decision. This is probably better anyways than 1/1 with lifelink, but yes, apparently there are different cards legal in best of one standard and regular standard. Okay, well then. That's certainly a choice. I don't know why they wouldn't just say those cards are best of 3 legal. I seriously doubt any of those cards would break anything. Am I a card short in the sideboard? Oh, we might be. Alright, mono white clerics this game. We'll keep and we'll throw back this one. Yeah, I think I took the fight as one that I put in the main deck out of the sideboard. Knights, warriors, come out and play. Jocks, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Ooh, my camera's a little bit covering things, huh? Shrink me up here a little bit. I don't need to be large. My face is ugly anyways. Hey, Zil Valley, thank you for the 13 months. It's a long time. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Give this protection from white so it doesn't die. This lets us gain life, which means we can start making angels. Yeah, speaker's great when it gets activated. Agreed. Looks like my sideboard is short a card. 4, 9, 10, 14. All right, so I think I just want a bunch of my removal on the draw. Oh, button. I want my Skyclave Apparitions. I think I want my Dire Tactics. Crippling Fear might be okay too. A lot of their stuff is kind of little, right? You just turn into like a mediocre, this like weird pseudo control deck. Like that. We've got Lurrus to generate card advantage with. I am not making any plans for today. I'm playing decks until I get bored of them. I have a small number of decks put together, but I'm not maintaining a schedule like I used to, changing decks every X amount of minutes or anything like that. Just pretend I'm every other card game streamer flying by the seat of my pants. This isn't first strike or anything, right? Nope, just gonna trade. I'm gonna bottom that, because if we find a land next turn... This is flying. When enters the battlefield dies, you may exile another creature card for your graveyard, but you do put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control other than this. I also wouldn't mind drawing an untapped land to Crippling Fear this and any other creatures they play out next turn. It is worth noting that our Cat Nightmare is not a cleric. Do I want a 1-for-1 this year? I think the answer is no. I think I'd rather do this and then make a 5/5. Dr. Mantis Bogan, thank you for the brand new Prime support. Really appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. You're having a wonderful Thursday wherever you're at in the world. Hey, Ghost Stalker, thank you for the 25 months. Hi, friend. Bronze tier 3, chat. This is where the magic happens. This board's very pretty. I was watching some people stream the early access yesterday. Did a good job with this board. Yeah, sounds great, right? 1 drop, 2 drop. We've been playing some God of War on stream the last couple of days too. Get in the old Viking mood. Yeah, if you can enable speaker, this card's very good. Yeah, just getting outside of the beginning area made God of War better too, Martin. The combat system opened up a lot once we got a few more pieces added to it. Oh, I forgot to add a card to my sideboard. I was gonna write a note to add the card to my sideboard later, but sure. Yeah, I wish they would sell boards as cosmetics in this game. That would be nice. Don't need the 15th sideboard card. Realistically, we don't really, but you know, it's there, we'll add it. Take it for a spin. I think this is a mulligan. I think I'd keep this on the draw, but I think it's pretty important that we go either 1-drop, 1-drop, or 1-drop, 2-drop in this deck. Little punished. There's a lot to be said for nostalgia, Beansy. I'm looking forward to the pandemic being over and being able to occasionally go to a paper Magic tournament. Yeah, the fact that we didn't have a 1-drop, a lifelink 1-drop on 1 was a big deal. We would have had a lifelink 1-drop on 1. We would have been able to have that be a 3/3 on 2. The Skyclave Cleric a spell early and shit. Maybe I wait to make that decision. I think I could wait to make that decision. I'm gonna play out this Life's Bounty and just pass here. Hey, Crazy Duck, thank you for the tier 2. I appreciate the 25 months. Welcome back. Morning, good morning. Yeah, this card's kind of like, when our deck is full of clerics, this card's kind of like a Soul Sister or Johnny's Pridemate split card, which is neat. Sacrifice another creature. This gains indestructible, tap it. When it becomes tapped, exile 1 target card from a graveyard and put a 1/1 counter on this. I don't know that we can beat that, huh? And just kind of choose up and spits out our graveyard. I guess if this attacks, we can attack around it, maybe. But this basically cuts off all of our card advantage that our deck is playing. Yeah, between this and Scavenging Ooze, our Lurrus plan might just not be very good. It has built-in protection too, right? Because it can sacrifice a creature to gain indestructible. No haste, but otherwise Falcon Wrath Aristocrat energy. I guess we attack with this. Like, Archfiend's Vessel is just completely neutered by this card. We have 4 Dire Tactics in our sideboard, as well as Skyclave Apparition, so we'll have some more counterplay postboard to this, but game 1 we're going to be pretty cold. Yeah, I think with Croxa popping up here, let's just go ahead and get to our postboard games. Edifits, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, it's just gonna get you game 1. That's why we have sideboards. I think I want to trim just some of my graveyard cards for that reason. Yeah, both Dire Tactics and Skyclave are both great here, right? So we have 7 cards to be able to exile that postboard. Okay, like this. I may keep the 3rd Lurrus and cut the 2nd Skyclave Cleric. This is technically a 2-mana play, right? Let's try that. Do you have a link to the Blue-Red Giants deck list, Mookaloo? That's something I'd consider playing later if you have something handy. Yeah, I agree, Lucas. While I enjoy Runeterra's multi-deck format, I think I would enjoy also getting to play. I would enjoy also getting to play sideboards in that game on occasion. Sideboards give, while multi-deck formats have a strategy that sideboards don't, that's also true for sideboards. Where like, there's something kind of unique there in an interesting way. Yeah, but to be fair, we're dead to them drawing this one sideboard card. That's more of a symptom of Magic's non-rotating formats as opposed to a symptom of sideboards. So that's a game design problem, that's not a sideboard problem. Magic's non-rotating formats have always had pretty polarizing push gameplay, and that's one of the reasons why I'm going to focus on Standard. As I dip back in, I'm not really interested in that. And to be fair to Runeterra from a game design perspective, Runeterra's current format with things like Lee Sin and even Fiora to a degree have some of those same issues, but you don't have sideboards to give you counterplay against them. So while Runeterra could fix that with design and balancing changes, their current format isn't free of those issues. Hey, thanks, Big O. I appreciate that. Alright, I think we just get this going to try and get our health total pumping up since we drew it. I'm planning to do Magic today and tomorrow. If today and tomorrow go good, it'll return. Standard Magic will return as a regular part of my schedule. Really good. So Cleric helps me gain life faster. Is it crazy to bin Apparition here? It probably is, right? I need this to be able to deal with the dragon next turn. I think we ditched the Aspirant. I think I'm going to hold the Aspirant in my hand here. So, something that's pretty toxic in most card game communities is that this idea that, like, your card game has to be strictly better or strictly worse than other card games is very silly. It's okay to like more than one thing at a time. Card games are just often what I refer to as lifestyle games, where it's very capable for you to tie up your entire existence and all of your money and all of your time in them. So people get very defensive when you imply anything else could even be equally as good or just different and good, because the idea that something else that you haven't invested all your money and time into could also be okay is very, you know, people take that personally because of how much they've invested in it. You see that inside of card games too, right? Where people are like, well, this deck's just strictly better or strictly worse than this other deck. And a lot of times that's not true. A lot of times it's just like, well, this deck's just like different than those other ones. Subtle Oxidation, thanks for the 16 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. So now, because of the way they're pressuring our hand, I actually can't, I can't hold this. I guess I could just do nothing this turn, but that seems really terrible, right? I think we're just doing this and getting rid of the Mire trait and attacking here, but it doesn't feel good. Blasted Storm, thank you for the 17 months, welcome back. Because this isn't a cleric, so it doesn't trigger any of these, so these don't get bigger. And I don't work towards my 27 life. Humans are ultimately tribal, and that applies in surreal ways. Yeah, definitely, it's big tribal behavior for sure. It's a good way to summarize it. Thank you, Lambton. I did miss that. Oh, it's playing bears. That's hilarious. I like that card. Dissident Turmoil. Thank you for the 13 months. Welcome back. They're going to get to escape Croxa here. Oh, really? Sure. That is much better for us than them escaping Croxa. Thanks for the 21 months, Safa. Only acceptable tribalism is people who like pineapple on pizza and those who are wrong. Ooh. Okay, so we're gonna double block my 5/5 with Woe Strider and the 2/2. And then they're going to start escaping stuff next turn. It does take 3 clicks to buy KLD packs with gold, and you can only buy them one at a time. Their Croxa's really hamstrung our hands this game. So we have 6 more answers to this in our deck. That is not one of them. We've got two apparitions and 4 dire tactics. This means this gets a 1/1 counter this turn, which is okay. I feel like there's got to be a Murderous Rider or something like that in our future. How long does it take for a beginner to learn Magic? It's pretty straightforward, especially if you have other card game experience. try one more time, but I think I'm over what this deck is doing. Our aggressive draws don't quite seem consistent enough, and we don't really have staying power into the mid to late game. There's already been a lot of incidental graveyard hate. Yeah, the number one question, if you don't enjoy playing limited, like drafting, if you're looking to just buy a tiered deck to get into Arena, it's usually between $100 and $200 to buy a tiered deck outright, depending on which deck you're building. There's a lot of variation in that, depending on how many mythics and rares are in your deck. That price tag can get higher or lower, depending. They have 6 or more lands. Their lands become rainbow colored. And they eventually get to pull a bunch of gods out of their deck. Okay. That's part of Magic, chat. Sometimes you die on turn 2, even in Standard. Even in Standard, sometimes you just die on turn 2. Yeah, just take your lumps and get through it. For people that missed it, my opponent made an 8-8 with Hexproof on turn 2. I'm sure their deck is high variance, and I'd be surprised if it ends up being super competitive overall, but sometimes you're just going to get you. So this is what happened again here for the second time. Okay, I mean, that's not an 8-8. But they have played a 7-mana card on turn 2. Oh, are they going to go again? They have 2 Tibalt's Trickeries? I mean, I have a 5/5. Yeah, it's just part of the game, chat. Hey, that'll be big. We'll put a fourth copy of Duress in our sideboard in case we run into that again, but just how it works. It's a good time to ask that question. I mean, you have to remember, like, that there are tons of people, like, look at the people in chat. People in chat love that. That type of experience is something that a lot of people want. I know there's people in chat that are more like myself that would prefer not to lose the game on turn 2 because they lost a coin flip. But being able to just gamble heavily and have games that are completely decided by coin flips is something that a lot of people want. That is a game design decision that is conscious. That people want that power trip. There's nothing wrong with that. Magic's always gone out of its way to appeal to that kind of degenerate gameplay. It's a conscious decision to enable stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with that. If you don't like that type of game, just don't play Magic. It's pretty good. Mulligan that. We have to lead on Archfiend into this, get our life ramping up. If we can draw a third land, we can play Valkyrie on 3. Ooh. So what gains me more life faster? Getting this going or getting this going? This gains me 2 and then 3 and then 4. This gains me 1 this turn and then 2 next turn. I think this gets me life faster, right? For people asking what the cards in player in my hand do, Cardboard Live is accessible. You can mouse over your screen. I believe you can see the game areas on mobile as well. You also type exclamation point and then the card name in chat if you're a sub. But non-subs have access to the overlay stuff as well. The deck list should be up on the overlay while we're playing as well via Cardboard Live. My sub is now old enough to drink in tavern. 6 or 21 months. Pickable loss. Welcome back. Jiminy! Thanks for the 14 months. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I think Luminarch's a pretty good card in general. I think that's a reasonable assessment. The 2-mana card that adds power. It puts 2 power into play the turn you play it. No, Cardboard Live's what we were using before we left, K-Smith. Way back we used one called Deckmaster, but that one's no longer maintained, that it doesn't get updates. The music in Arena is tied to the game board that you are playing on, similar to Runeterra, except you don't get to choose which game board you're playing on. In Arena, it's random. This is the Zendikar board, I believe. So you haven't played much Arena since Zendikar, you probably haven't seen or heard this one. Looks like our opponent has disconnected. I am not intending to play any formats of Magic in which Orah is legal. think I want to play this to start. I don't think I'm blocking next turn, so I think I'm just attacking. I think I want to hold up Life's Bounty next turn. Have some Embercleave insurance. Feels like we're in an okay spot here. We'll start stacking some 1/1 counters on a thing with lifelink. Okay, so all of their things have one more attack than's currently on their card because of Castle. Deals 1 damage to any target. So if I block like this, I'm taking 7 and gaining 2, so I'm taking 5. I think that's fine. So if I give this pro red, the Bone Crusher Giant trigger doesn't resolve. So you can play, I think it's important that I gain a life this turn, right? I guess I'm getting life with this. Hey, Sandcry, thank you for the 10 months. The GameStop thing is truly, truly wonderful. You're not wrong. If there's any reason to be overly aggressive here. Oh, I could order Valkyrie last to gain 1 more. That's a good call. Let this pump up first. Doesn't matter in this instance, but it would have mattered earlier. Oh, did I have pro-red lethal last turn too? I might have. Out of space? Yeah, life's been alright. Pandemic aside, everything's been okay. Fight as one as a hyper efficient combat trick sounds really appealing. It's a Crippling Fear matchup. Could be a Crippling Fear matchup. Valkyrie's +2/+2 is pretty unlikely to come up in these games, but the stat line on it is okay, and gaining a little bit of life seems okay. It's probably worse than my other pieces of top end here, right? And I think I want to keep all my cheap stuff in. Industrious Revolution. Thank you for the 17 months. Welcome back. I think I can keep this hand with no black man in it. He says for the second time. Yeah, shorting stocks doesn't actually have any real tangible benefit. It makes the people doing it money when they don't get caught with their pants around their ankles. Is what it does. Hoosier, thanks for the 2 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Yeah, the modal double face cards are great. Okay, so they have to spend mana for me to not gain life, at least. How has Standard been feeling? Aside from the match where we lost the game on turn 2 games in a row, Standard's been reasonable. Yeah, there's a turn 2 combo deck in Standard. It's probably not super consistent, but it happened to us 2 games in a row. It's kind of what it is. Yeah, but like that's like decks being good or bad doesn't stop them from happening, right? Like sure, you can tell me that the deck's not very good and I'll believe you, but it still doesn't change the fact that, like, I died on turn 2 games in a row. Like, both those statements aren't mutually exclusive. They can both be true. %1 of a million games is a lot of games. That's a good way to put it. Hey, Sinister. Thanks for the print. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Why do we need to kill them fast? Like, this is hitting both players every turn, and I can recast stuff from my discard pile, and they can't because I have Lurrus. So, like... feels like we're in a fine spot. We haven't been able to gain life because of the Roiling Vortex, but my opponent's start's also been slow because of their Roiling Vortex. Vortex is hitting us much harder than them. How? Can you explain? It's currently hitting us both equally. Oh, because of Torbrand. Got it. Alright, and then we got Ember Cleaved and we died. Got it. Sure, I missed the fact that Torbrand was a thing. Please take the time to explain your thoughts in chat. Been a hot second since I've played with these cards. Don't assume I know everything works. Definitely want these, so you'll take the Vortex off the table. I don't think this is a dire tactics matchup. Maybe it is. Crippling Fear felt really bad there. Yep. Blocking is not a meaningful axis of interaction against decks that play Embercleave. Still remains true. Yeah, that looks good. It's a great draw. You have your sideboard card. Well, so do I. Hey, 40 Deuce. Thanks for the 17 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Solcia. Do I play this out, or do I wait to try and generate value off of it? I think I wait. I think there's a pretty good chance if I play this, it just dies. And, like, if we can recast an Archfiend's Vessel with it, it's a pretty big upside down the line. Yeah. We did conveniently line up our God of War playthrough with Kaldheim. So, good chance Lurrus dies this turn still, but we got a 5/5 out of it. Oh, Lurrus isn't dying this turn. Alright, so they're dead. Got it. Alright, so full control, play this in response to its sack trigger, dire tactics, this to not lose any life. Doesn't matter, we have 5/5s. I will say that I've missed sideboards. I hope Runeterra explores having sideboarded formats at some point, because the sideboard is a level of player agency and in-game decision-making that is enjoyable, I think. I am of the opinion that it is enjoyable and interesting. The sideboarding really lets better players leverage the fact that they're a better player efficiently a lot of the time. Having a mastery of that game mechanic is valuable. Dubby, thanks for the 14 months. Welcome back. Nah, I don't have my border changer set up, Lyrics. I guess I did install Python on my computer since the last time. My border changer work? Alright, hold on. Now you're gonna make me check. Frame selector. Nope, it just crashed. Probably missing a, Probably missing a backend library. Thanks for the follow, Chuck. What changed your mind about sideboards in Runeterra? I just like them from a gameplay perspective. It doesn't matter what I do with this scry, because it's gonna get milled. What's actually not missing? Actually not missing a library. Inconsistent use of tabs and spaces and indentation. Damn it, Past Jeff. I'll have to go back and fix it later, just Python things. I think we've died, huh? I look back, I gotta be done with this deck. This deck doesn't seem very good.